Final hour of the trading session. Welcome back to the close. Let's have a quick look at how things stand heading into the last hour of the day. We are red still right across the board here for all North American markets, including even Brazil down there in negative territory. Crude oil to the downside today, and crypto still kind of chopping back and forth. That being said, guys, there are quite a few things making moves heading into the final hour of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of stocks moving around, especially right now. We see Skills taking out new highs above 1210. You have AMC sitting just around 47. I'm just waiting for it to clear some resistance just above 47 before I get involved. And for anyone who missed it, CP, the railroads have had some news. CP, CNI, KSU, they've had some negative news. And you see this fallout here from 71.50 all the way down to 67 and change. And now it's trading a little bit sideways. Keep an eye on this stock. This is going to be something that we do have to pay attention to, at least, if not today, it's going to have to be something for tomorrow, or at least that sector is going to have to be looked at, especially the Canadian railroads. Brendan had the news, something to do with government, U.S. government denying something, contract to build something. I can't remember exactly.
No, CP was going to buy KSU, so it was.
Oh, it was a deal.
Yeah, the deal got broken.
Oh, it was a deal.
So,
okay.
We'll watch out for that. But yeah, thanks, Arud, for talking about that, and welcome back to the show, guys. The fastest 60 minutes on YouTube starts now. Okay, so let's get going. AMC, wow. I mean, Apes Nation, what up to all of you guys there that are out here supporting AMC? And as it goes, man, AMC just does not want to stop. We were long one trade, Arun, and one trade only this morning at 44 and change. And we also have that on, you know, everything's on our sticky notes, everything's all over the place. But that was an AMC long right there. We got out when it was breaking VWAP, and we've seen that happen too many times where it's come all the way back down and revisited this level. But today, NEPA keeps going to the upside. There's a little bit of French. We'll see if it takes out 47, and we'll look to go long on that one. Remember, though, what's happening today? There's a rebalance day. So it's the MSCI. AMC goes from small to large cap there, MSCI index. So we'll have to watch out for that one, as that's going to be moving around. I believe that is what's underneath a lot of this in the afternoon. So we'll see if we can catch some bids. And at 350, the imbalances are coming out. So those will be updated. We'll have a quick look there and see what's rocking and rolling with the imbalances at 350. But with that note, man, we still have NEO, which is a nice little dollar in the money. This was a playbook. This is going to be the trade of the day, NEO today. I just wanted to talk about it. And it's very, very simple, right? It bounces off this 37.80. Why did we choose 37.80? And you're going to watch this on the trade of the day, but if I can draw this line right there, that was yesterday's resistance levels. So when we came back down, like look at this, crash, bounce off 37.80 right here, like crash the next day, bounce off 37.80 roughly, okay? Yesterday, forget about it. We just crashed through everything and we got burned on that, but was able to make a little bit of money backside. And then today, look, a big move back down. Where do we bounce? Bounce, 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 bounce. So that was a good trade for us on NIO. And there it is. There's that 37.80 on this chart, all the way back to the upside. So we have a nice little dollar winner on this one. And then just to review again one more time before we get into some more trades, PayPal got hit on that, man. We got flushed out at 285. We talked about that would be our out. But then we noticed that there was some bottom picking there. So we did exactly that. We actually have, I don't know, what is the bottom of the day here on PayPal? 284.34. We have 284.39 right now. So that's a nice little $4 winner right now for us. So we'll watch some of these going into the close, Arun.
Yeah, absolutely. One stock that I was contemplating right as the show was closing, I was like, oh, do I get short? Do I not get short? ACIU. We took a shot in the morning around 12:50. We gave up on the short a little too early. It kind of took off straight down. And at 10, as soon as we broke 10, this was as the show was ending. I'm like, do I want to take the short? I don't want to pay for the shorts. Well, the shorts were free, so I was able to step in, grab some shorts, and we've been riding that train all the way down. Here we are at 822. Trail stop is sitting just above 50. So $1.50 locked in. At this point, it can do whatever it wants. I'm still waiting for maybe 650, 660 as a potential exit point, but the way it's been moving, I think we can just wait on this one and see if we can't ride this into the end of the day. Disney was another trade I took. Disney, as it broke 181.50 all the way up. Actually, you're going to want to see this exit. This is hilarious. I got out 2 cents. It's 2 cents from the top. 183, 182.98 was the top. My exit was 182.96. That's on half, and the other half was a 5-cent loser. So we scratched that one, made $1.40 something on the first half. So that's keeping us, that's brought in some money as well. And Airbnb, guys, I'm still shorting. I'm holding on to this short. I had no reason to get out of this just yet. So Airbnb 155, just underneath 155 on the short side. It does look like it's ranging a little bit. It is picking up some support below 155, so we may actually end up having to get out either flat or a small loser if it comes back down. And I saw a trade alert. What's up, Sean?
Yeah, good. I like that. I like that trade alert, actually. You hit it when you see one as well. But we just took BBIG, Vinco Ventures, one of the more popular names on Reddit and social media and whatnot, going now. Hopefully, we'll go to the upside with this one. We are long there at 51. And all that we did here was, you see all this bouncing around here as it taking out the day's high, basically. It's going to be $8, but just taking out this range. Bounce up there to 775, comes back down to 50, holds. Now we're going back to the upside, so we have a nice little long here at 51. I think it's probably worth taking, a little bit out here because we just put the trade on. So if we can get, there we go, we take out some 70s there. There it is as it prints right through. So Vinco Ventures on my mind right now. I know that's a name that a lot of you like to trade as well, BBIG. So now we have that. Let's see if it takes out the day's high again while it's doing it right now. This was the day high here. I don't even know if that's real, if that happened up to 792, but either way, we're cruising right now. If you look at a 7-minute chart, which I'm starting to like a little bit here. Forget about that line, that's the day high. But yesterday we did have some issues once we got around 830, 840, 850. So if this can get up there, then that's fantastic. We'll watch it. But for a downside pullback into this, you have 650 there as a VWAP, but we don't really use that on a 7-minute. I would say if we struggle in and around here, maybe this is a spot to get out, 720 or so. But let's see if BBIG can make a nice little winner for us here, as we're going to start to trade things that are moving around a little bit, because, hey, that's the name of the game here into the close as my eyes going everywhere. Oh, man, me and Arun sat back here and talked about some of these trades that we had earlier. Look at space, man. Let's just explode money because it won. But I'm also lighting my own trades on fire right now because this was a name that we had it early. And again, all over the watch list, or sorry, all over the sticky note. I don't know if we had it on the watch list, but there it goes, man. 25.77, bang it out there for 25 cents. Then we take $1, and then we don't have any shares left, and it's ripped to the upside right now. We talked about the risk reward on this name, guys. Remember earlier I said if you buy it right now, $25, your out's going to be 23, 24. It's going to give you about $1 worth. Now you're already that $2 plus in the money on that trade. So, from a risk reward, this one makes a lot of sense for me. There goes BBIG.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. We'll hit the siren alert for that. Let's see how far this one can go up. We have this trade. We're on it. Vinco Ventures, BBIG. We're long. Let's go.
Yeah, I was watching BBIG. I actually wanted to flip over and show you guys the level 2 because of the iceberg at 774. That's been taken. 774 held this stock down for a while, and here we are. As soon as the iceberg is gone, meaning hidden shares being taken out, 8 even is the next look. If they take 8 even, I imagine there's going to be some stops. We're probably going to see 810 fairly quickly as soon as we cross 8 even, just based on stops. But you can see how aggressive it's getting. As soon as we cross that 774, that was the marker where the iceberg was sitting. So, hey, you know what? We got upside momentum now. The issue would be if this were to come back down underneath 770, you may have an issue with the potential longs continuing. That could end the long train. But for the moment, it does look like we've gotten past any sort of resistance. 8 even is on deck for this stock. One stock that's coming back in, Airbnb, finally come back in off that 56 area. Now we're back into the 55 quarter point. And let's take a quick look at the futures because, we've been trading futures earlier today. It's been sideways around 80, around 45.20, right? We were looking at support. We were starting to see that there was support building below 45.20, so it bounced all the way to 28, still underneath our 30 stop. So that's still valid. So shorts could still be taken as long as we can get a good risk reward on this stock. And there comes BBIG below 774. So this is concerning. So this is where I start to think, you know what, maybe we start to fade this rally instead of continuing the long, because I know how much volume was absorbed there. And it could become a problem. So just keep an eye on it, not just yet. I'm just going to keep an eye on how this trades around the 774 mark. You can see they came right off of it, back to 80s and change. If we can, I guess they don't really care anymore. We're going to keep an eye on this and see how it trades below the 770 mark. And if they can maintain it, then maybe shorts. If they take 8s, then clearly we're still going to go up.
Yeah, that makes... all the analysis makes sense. It's just when these stocks start to go, guys, that it's a bit of momentum play. So I'm actually sitting here right now, and I'm not, again, I don't think this is going to be a horrible idea to take some profits if we get into this area. So watch out for 830, 840. I just tweeted out 850, but I really do think that this is a valid area right around here to get out. We've already been up here today, and so now we'll see. Sorry, not today. This was a 7-minute yesterday. So we'll see what happens. I think this is an area of concern for me. So let's break 8, run to the hills, and then man, we're 40 cents in the money now. We're at $1 in the money on Neo. We're $3.50 in the money on PayPal. So I think we're doing pretty good here. What's up, Brendo?
Another one to look at this afternoon, guys. Apple actually grinding back to the downside. It did hold 151 to 151.5 in the pre-market, and then throughout the morning they did announce a delay to the iPhone 7 production, and it wasn't because of chip shortage or anything like that. They simply said because of how complex it is and the manufacturing that will need to be involved. So there was a delay for the iWatch. I apologize, not iPhone. The watch, the next version of the watch, guys.
No, not the watch.
Not the watch.
We had this conversation yesterday. This was my way of getting back my own watch from my wife. But now, if this is going to be delayed, oh man. Okay.
You don't want the new watch anyways.
I don't want the new watch. This is for her, so I can get mine
like
back.
$1,700 or something. Just get the one from last year, pay half the price, and get basically all of the features. Like that would be my. That's my thing to you. I actually bought my wife the iWatch as well for her birthday, and she's absolutely loving it. And it was an upgrade, I think, from like version 1. So,
oh wow.
She's been having it for a while, so you got to reward that a little bit. She puts up with me, so I can't win on that.
She deserves that.
She deserves much more than that, which is why she also has an iPhone, iPad. Anyways.
Well, yeah, my wife's in the same boat. She's down in that Apple environment. Everything is Apple, whatever you
Which
have.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, not at all. And there goes BBIG through 80 even for anyone who's paying attention.
Yeah.
So it looks like that 770 and change area has held as a springboard.
I don't know, guys, do we cancel our 830s here? I mean, that's a springboard, just like you said. Let's go. I was going to say something bad, but forget about this. Let's go. Let's just hit this up. Ooh, do you know how high that got there? 826. Are you telling me that I missed this monster winner by 4 cents? Come on, go. Hit this 830 and let's do this one time up to 830 here. That's where we're sitting. We're offering $8.30. Am I being too stupid here? Why is it bouncing off 825? I'm going to get out now at 825. You watch, and then it's going to rip to like 870. But right now, okay, I don't know why that bounced there. We have to see because that was not, we miss our out there, and now I don't want to be like that guy. So there it is. Did we just get out? No, we did not. We're going to offer, there it is, up to 829. There it is. Bang! So we'll go with that one. There's BBIG, LFG. Let's go on that one because there it is. Bang, bang. We talked about getting 850. We get our 830. We put that on the board and we fire that off and then we do this. Money. So welcome to the jungle, Arun. The water is very warm.
Do I want to know why?
Yeah, no, you do not.
All right, let's talk about Airbnb here. Airbnb finally breaking through 155. Now I can bring this break-even stop. I'm actually going to bring it just above 155. I'm going to put in 155.25. So protect. Well, we're going to lose like 25 to 30 cents away from the $1.50, which was the original risk. But now we're still looking at 154 as the target as BBIG. Sean gets out, and then what does the stock do? Falls apart. I guess Sean was the one holding it up. Come on now, Sean. Maybe you want to get back in there or push this thing back up.
Nah, I'm happy. Look, that was a good trade. Thank you so much for that, Arun. And, it's nice to get that kind of credit, but I don't think, we just randomly, I didn't randomly pick 850, or 830 there, but I mean, we saw the way that it was kind of resisting, and I actually feel lucky. I was about to change my order to 24s just because of the way it was going, and I thought 25 was bouncing. So very, very, I don't want to say luck because, hey, when you've been doing it for this long, there's some skill involved there. Okay, we will wait. Where's my PayPal? I think I just put the wrong price in there, and I did, so I got to change that order. What I was looking, no, I have the right price. $287.50. So, we're $3.50 in the money. We'll give up another 50 cents and just take $3 if we beat this right now. $287.50. That's where VWAP is. I have to use something to get out here, and again, I fear that we could dip down again. PayPal trying to get back to positive. I've loved this stock all day, and yeah, we're not going to be. We battled back on this name if it can go.
That's getting aggressive to the downside on BBIG.
Is it? The BBIG's falling now?
Yeah, it is getting.
Woohoo!
That may have been a top. That was quite aggressive to the downside. Keep an eye on this. Maybe shorts are in play if anybody wants to take a short on this, if you're willing to take a shot at it. I'm looking at that 770 mark, around there. That's where I'm looking. I want to see how we react. We now know the stops above 8 got blown. So can we maintain this kind of pressure after coming back about 40 cents or so? That'll say a lot about how this stock wants to go into the close. But for now, we're not going to step in any shorts. Here we go back above 820, or almost 820 now. Hey, that's it.
There it goes. It's right
futures
back.
heading to the downside as well. Keep in mind, though, guys, AMC is also falling off right now. Just be aware on AMC, though. There's a lot of news related to it, not necessarily squeeze plays, but in terms of index action, right? We are expecting a lot of index action on AMC. It is getting moved up from the small caps. So there should have been some pressure to the buy side expected. So now, if we can't get any pressure to sustain this push back up through on AMC through the highs, this may just kind of stall out until we get the imbalance at 350. I think when the imbalance comes out, you're going to have this stock either move sharply to the upside or it's just going to give back its gains. And that's going to say a lot about how this stock wants to trade. Essentially, at this point, you got to factor in the index action and not necessarily just about what you're expecting in terms of squeeze action.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the index. It's MSCI rebalancing. It happens today, the last day of the month. It's going to happen in August, and it happens again in November. So yeah, we're very, very excited for that one. MSCI rebalancing. Probably have my dates wrong there, but that is happening today. So we're going to wait for that. And we do know that AMC, you can just look it up. Maybe if we could find an article, maybe Brendan can find an article on AMC's rebalance today just to show everybody what we're talking about. But that should come out, and we will watch it on the imbalance locator. Brendan, we're calling for Brendan, but if he has this already, then honestly, this is too much. What's up, Brendan?
I do not. I do not. I wanted to show you this, though. WFC, guys, getting absolutely thrashed today, to say the least. 6.3% to the downside. There was a report suggesting the company could see regulatory action over the speed of its restitution payments. So, wow, WFC not to the moon today.
Yeah, I was watching that earlier. I'm just like, when I started watching it, it was like trading, I want to say like the high dollar away from where it was moving. And I'm like, oh, maybe on WFC. You know, WFC has had a lot of news in the past related to accounts and whatnot. And here we are, still moving on down on WSC. What do you do at this point? I imagine, you know what, imbalances, I imagine there's going to be something on the imbalances. This has been pretty much consolidating in front of 46, and then after 46 we just went to 45.20. So 80 cents right off the 46 break after we spent a little bit of time. That could have been a shot if you were looking for it. I mean, if you got caught off guard at 48 and change, I mean, I imagine you're panicking your way out of WFC. But that's something that's going to have, I imagine this is one of those setups for another day, because you really can't trade this today. It's kind of a little too late for the action unless you try to play the imbalance itself, which I would advise you not to do if you haven't done it before. But apart from that, I think this is going to have a nice little setup that we can work with for tomorrow. Given the way it's been moving, there's got to be either a profit rally back or it's going to just kind of stay sideways and continue its move. At that point, you kind of got to get the short train on that. And what do we have here? AMC back not really. And okay, Airbnb, that's one I'm, again, I've moved the stop on Airbnb just above 155.25 and change. We're just going to protect this a little bit. We can do some damage control. Instead of losing $1.50 something, we can lose 30 cents. Hey, we've had this all morning. We're looking for that 55 to hold. If it doesn't hold this late in the day, I think it's time to get out of the way. And we're still waiting for ACIU to break that 8 even. I mean, we got there, we kind of touched below there, but come on, let's get some trading going below 8 even on ACIU. Brendan?
Here we go, MCI Equity Index, August 2021 Index Review, guys. I'll show you this. So there's 20 securities added, 7 being deleted today. AMC 1 to the add side. And if we come down here, you can see 3 securities being added to and 3 securities being deleted from the US Midcap 450 Index. So AMC on the add side for the Midcap 450 Index for MSCI, guys.
Yeah, AMC, I think we had the internal file too. The internal file said something along the lines of 1 million shares. I could be wrong on that, but I believe it was somewhere close to 1 million shares. In reality, when you look at the whole scope of it, it's about 91 million shares. So how much is an imbalance really going to move it? You never know. 1 million shares could actually come out much larger than that if there's enough interest in the stock, right? Imbalance is how many orders are coming in with an on-close order tag, and sometimes they get oversubscribed, and instead of coming out a buy of 1 million, they may come out a sell of like 5 million because there's so many orders to market on closed sells. So that's something we got to keep an eye on. Imbalances at the end of the day, AMC is definitely got to be one, and I think WFC at this point, given how large it's moved, I feel like a lot of not I want to say portfolios, but I imagine a lot of people are going to want out of some stock, at least shedding some of their position on AMC. And hey, we're keeping an eye on BBIG, right? We know BBIG has got some juice. It got all the way up to 835, 834.
Okay.
834 was the high, so you got 4 cents off the top.
Yeah, well, that's potential top right now. So let's wait on it. I do like BBIG, but on your note, and you're talking about AMC there a little bit, Arun. I'm going to take a risk right now. So I'm going to go long right here. We'll see what happens if we can get into 46, 45, 80, something like that. Some dip downs. We're not going to go hard into this right now, but we have enough shares that we're long that we can talk about it. So here we go. It's right in the money. I was going to hit diamond hands, but that'd be funny because it's not right now. We'll just dab it up right now because I know a lot of you are trading AMC, so congratulations. Now we're 11 cents in the money. We've only taken 2 trades. You saw the BBIG one. That was great, and apparently didn't even get the tops, but that's fine. And now we're ripping back to the high side there, so we let AMC fall down, and now we'll wait to see when it comes out. Remember, we will be looking at the imbalance locator, which is this, and right now there's nothing on here, so at 350, this is going to be lit up, and we're expecting some M's here, not K's, right? So Arun did a bang-up job analyzing that yesterday for you, so hopefully you can go back, have a look. We'll see how that goes, but we'll also talk about it now. If you remember what Arun was talking about, we take the buys and the sells, and there's a net number, and then that should hopefully reflect the movement in the stock, right? So we're going to wait for that. Those are market on close orders. And again, if there's a rebalance, a lot of that happens at the close. So that's why we're looking for some excitement there, and we will. So now we're on AMC with some lower bids here, 46 and change. We'll look at 45.80. We'll look down here. If we're wrong, we'll get out, and then we'll readdress it when we do see that imbalance. So I think that's the one key thing. I'm definitely not leaving this name alone. I want to be on AMC today. I like it, and we've already hit it good. It's one of my top stocks, but let's get a little bit more money here, especially if there's a rebalance and this thing can shoot out at about 350, but we are not. I repeat, I am not going to hold it below 45.50, guys.
Yeah, absolutely not. Hey, futures breaking down. I don't want to say that's expected, but expect some volatility coming into the end. Anytime you get index action, you're going to have the futures go crazy. And it's starting to look like some volatility is starting to come into the futures. We know we were looking for support here, but now they seem to be grinding through there. So just be aware that as we get closer and closer to 350, there's going to be a pickup in activity, especially in the futures and the index stocks. So you have the Apples, the Microsofts, those names. And then as we get into the close as well, I think you're going to see some extreme activity, especially given that it's summertime and it's the end of the month and there's some index action happening that could bring, because of how thin level 1 and level 2 bids could be on the futures at the moment, you may see some extreme moves. So just keep an eye on the futures. If you care for the futures, just keep an eye on the futures. If you don't care for the futures, just be aware that the big index names will have activity on them. If you don't care for the big index names, then just look at BBIG and see if it can keep going up, right? That's all you can do at this point. If you're going to play that game, BBIG, AMC, that's all you got really at the moment.
Yeah, you made me look back here at BBIG, and yeah, it's not really doing too much. It's doing a lot of volume, but right now we're still in that same range. So let's move on from that. Rnxt, okay, Rnxt, here we go. We'll have a quick look at this one as well. Here today it's down. It's down pretty bad, right? That's why I'm looking at it. Down 30, yeah, there it is, 31%. So Rnxt here looking to make some moves at the downside right now, 1080. Was it halted earlier? I remember we talked about this. No, yesterday we were the halt. So today, just chilling out Rnxt down to 1080 and change. Yeah, okay, nothing really to talk about. If we were down here at 9, then maybe we'd look to buy, but if this wants to fall, we don't have too much there until, unfortunately, we get around $9. But 11, let's talk about maybe a break to the upside here. 1170 maybe is a good little break to the upside on Rnxt, so we could definitely have a look at that one right here. Actually, that's not bad. Let's do that. I actually like this break here if we can get this. Or maybe even this top right here is not horrible. That's 1140. Okay. Yeah, maybe an 1140 or so on Rnxt, but that's an idea that let me sit and ponder that for a minute and see if we like it. So right now we do have NEO. We have our PayPal out, which is maybe coming through soon. 287.50. That happens, man. We're out. That's right here. And then NEO, I've kind of left this one, and just noticing now that my P&L is not as big as I'd want it to be. So now let's wait to see what's happening as NEO coming back down a little bit here, right near some breaking spots. I think we've already missed our spot. This was a good spot to get out, basically 39. We've missed 13 cents of that. So I don't want to go too far down from here, but maybe a 38.80. What is this bottom? 38.79. Can we do anything more here on NEO? Yeah, there's not much. 30. Okay, I mean, we could use 38.60. I don't know. Let's hold this one and see what happens. Okay, AMC does make a dip down though, Arun. So yeah. I think you're right. Like if we're going to look at something, we need to look at this. Comes all the way down to 45.80 there, basically, and lower, and that's where we got our average price. Now my average price is 93, so we're right back to 99 now. So maybe we'll take a little bit off here. It's not that heavy, but we have a lot more shares now. So a dime, we'll take out a little bit for a dime, and then let this thing go back up to day's high.
Yep. That's the thing, right? When you have, like specifically AMC, when you have index action, sometimes you kind of get lost in the fact that there's other things happening. You're expecting a squeeze, but then AMC has other things going on in it, and specifically index-related action. So you got to be aware of all the news. Anytime you trade a stock, just be aware of all the news that's potentially going to affect it. Conditions, in this case, today's move could easily have been some index work from the beginning. Not necessarily, even though it's supposed to be done at the end, it can be done at any point throughout the day, especially off the open too. So you just got to be aware of that as well as a factor. PLTR, anybody, there was some chat.
What's that stock?
Yeah, what is that stock? What is that stock? Well, Sean's a PLTR investor apparently. So it's just one of those things. You know, when you look at it, from the chart perspective, we are sitting at a resistance point here in front of 2650. If we can clear 2650, I think we have a chance to get going. There seems to be support below 26, and in between 2650 and 26 even, there's clearly some action to work with. There's not a whole lot you can do. I would stay away from it unless we either broke through the top or we got below, I would say 2550 to be fair. That allows you to trade a breakout on either end, because right now you're kind of sitting at a point where there's resistance, there's some support below 26, a round number. There's a lot of things in place, and is it worth the risk at this point? I'm just looking at the chart going, I don't know, maybe not. We did, one thing that is telling though, on yesterday, when we rallied straight off the open through 26, all the way to 2650, and then all we did in the afternoon is just spend time leaking all the way back down to pretty much to where we had that rally, where that rally started from. Today we gapped and we tried to do the exact same thing. If you get another slow trickle back down, I would start to say, you know what, someone's absorbing all of this buying that you're getting off the open, off the morning, 15 minutes or so, and it's being faded straight off the top. So just be aware the bottom might be a breakdown, but again, 2650 up top, 2550 down below. See if you get a breakout on either end. As I'm talking, here comes ASCIU slowly bouncing off that 8. I'm still going to be greedy on this because it's an $8 stock, so I'm going to try to squeeze as much as possible out of this stock. I got my stops above 850 and change, so we're going to leave that be. If it needs to bounce, it's going to bounce. And then Airbnb kind of still flirting with that 154.75, 155 even. Again, we've held it all day. I feel like we've been in this trade since 10 o'clock. We have been in this trade since 10 o'clock this morning. Here we are almost at 3:30, and I'm still holding on. I've got a 13-cent winner at the moment, but it isn't a whole lot. As this stock can get going, we know how it can move. We saw it this morning, right off 157.50 all the way down to 154.50. So it's got that kind of juice in it. It's just a matter of, can we actually start to get moving? One thing I do want to keep an eye on, let's take a look at Apple, because we were trading this morning, and Brendan was talking about it as it kind of came back above 152.50 and then slowly started finding resistance. And now here we are approaching 152 and change. If we break 151, 151.25, 151.50 to be, it's in a general area, but 151.25 or so is the low. If we get below that, I think you're going to see some acceleration, especially with the index moves. You may keep an eye on Apple as well. And you're seeing Disney. Disney was one of those stocks that was trading earlier in the day. We got out in front of 183, and now it's kind of coming right back in. You're starting to see this kind of move in a lot of the big names. So just be aware that with 20 minutes left, imbalances are going to be they're going to have quite the impact on these stocks when they come out.
So people heard me under my breath say, come on, Citadel. If you come over to my screen here, I'm just looking at ETHE here, right? And again, you know, these big houses trade on the pink sheets and they actually show their face. So CDEL, if you've never seen a live level 2 here before, will have, you know, the quote there. And like if 92 goes, then, you know, Ethereum has a chance. See, now he comes down to 91. So I was just getting pissed off at this guy because I was really hoping that, you know, this broker, I guess, would get out of the way. This trading house. So Citadel hopefully can move out of their way. And all they're doing is trading either the floors shares or the guy has. See, there he is. He just got hit there for 1,500 shares. So, and he's back there at 92, so on and so forth. So it was just, I'm just watching these guys play this game and I want them to give up the ghost here so Ethereum can start to go. But that's why I was talking about it. We do have access, and we talk about this all the time, to some dark pools. And you know, if you want to use that, we probably, I don't use Citadel as a dark pool, but we probably do have access to them. We definitely do. So there you go. So if anybody wants and is with us here at Day Trade the World, you know all the access that we have to various pools of liquidity. So I can even show you that. Maybe we'll do a video
on darks,
on sort of the options that we do have. But basically everybody, whether or not it be JP Morgan, anybody, you already know this for the dark pools, those of you that watch the show, and that's what that was. So that, you know, that's all that I was doing there. I don't really use them to get filled. What I use to get filled all the time is like the Edge X gateway, and then I use Edge A. That's the inverted one. So if there's like a print that I really want to get, I will use Edge A and pay for it. So sometimes you hear me talk like that, and I do like Edge X. So shout out to Edge X if you want to send me any swag, we can do that. That's CBOE. So, okay, now that we're going here, let's go. I want to go back to AMC quickly because we're 35 cents in the money. We bought these dips. We talked about 45.50. That does hold, so no worries on that one, but we still need this to make moves to the upside. I got crushed on Ethereum today on that ETHE. It was horrible. I made some bad calls on it, so that's why I was sort of pissed off about that stock. 46.25 right now. We'll see if it can take this out. This is a level here on AMC. We're long again. We'll put an offer out. We'll take some out if we can get into this area, 46.40 or so. But hey, man, BBIG today, and then right now we go right back into AMC again. There it goes. There's the out. So yes, sir. That's a good one, man. Let's go. Let's see if we can have diamond hands the rest of the day now. I mean, this is just quick scalps. It's very, very profitable. All we're sort of doing is stacking cash right now. So all good on that front. But I still think that we have a chance to get back to day's high. So forget about it. We're not doing anything anymore. We're going to wait to 45.50 or bust. Even if 45.50 comes now, we win because we've been taking these out. So that's part of the strategy. Now let's go to the moon here, AMC.
Yeah, and I'm looking at some late trades here. Maybe if we get a setup here. CNI, another part of that railroad news cycle there. Well, between CP, CNI, KSU. There's a lot happening here in these names, and there's some trades developing, right? We looked at CP earlier. CNI looks like 118.50. There might be something to work with around there. If you want to take a late trade or even set this up for another day, 118.50 might get you back to the highs at 120 and change. So I'm looking at CNI, and I'm definitely going to be adding this to my list of stocks to keep an eye on for tomorrow. There's a whole sector, I guess, I would watch at this point. And as I talk, BBIG going back up, 820 it looks like. Maybe we want to do a late session look at the highs. This is a NASDAQ stock, so the amounts will come out at 850, along with the New York stocks and the other NASDAQ names like the Apples and the Microsofts of the world. So just keep an eye out. To be honest, I'm not sure how big the amounts on this could be, but at the same time, it's not a typical name, but you know, you never know. There might be some big interest that comes in late in the session with that sends an on-close order that could just be large enough to move the stock. Keep in mind, it's done 150 million shares or so since 6 a.m. So it's got some juice in it, right? And the stocks that have been down on the day, specifically ACIU, you're starting to see a slight creep back up. It's expected because it's profit taking, right? After a certain time, you're going to expect profit taking. For anyone who's been riding the short, people are running out of time, right? Not everybody's running out of time, but not everyone's also holding it for multiple days. So some of us, like here at our floor, we get flat by the end of the day. So for us, we need to get out by the end of the day as well. And you're starting to see some profit taking being done around 80, even 820 now on ACIU. I'll hold through it. I'll leave it at 850. That's the trailing stop. See if we can grab some more. And as I talk, here comes BBIG back towards 20. After flirting with 780, and you know that's crucial at this point. The fact that they cannot get back below 774 is really telling because the support is sitting just in front at 780, and they refuse to even take a look at 774, which says, you know what, support line is clearly in. And at this point, given how it's been trading, it's just consolidating possibly for a breakout through the top.
I just want to, and I'm not, I mean, this is going to be calling people out, but I double checked it for myself to make sure that I was right. But, you know, people saying that Citadel is CTDL. Okay, so that's fine, and that's a good call. I wasn't sure myself, so I went over to OTC Markets website, and here's the definition: broker dealer directory, Citadel Securities, CDEL. So we'll walk on water with that one, and you know, sometimes I know what I'm talking about. It's just not often enough. What's up, Brendan?
Guys, just checking on Robinhood. If you remember about this time, a little bit earlier than this, yesterday, we were talking about that SEC story about payment for order flow. I mean, turns out to be much to do about nothing, it looks like. Today we are up slightly, 0.3, 0.4. However, we did come back above a significant level there on the daily chart around that 43 area this morning. So it did pop right back above and held. Gave you a nice level to work off now on a longer time frame for Hood, guys.
All right. We'll ring the register one more time, and we thought we had pretty good diamond hands for this one, and that's PayPal. PayPal now comes out, so there it is. The price that we got, again, we don't even have to worry about it, is $287.44. So we got $287.44 on the out. We talked about why we like that out right there. That was on a VWAP out. So, I mean, you know, again, we let the keys do the work for us. I put in the stop order, it hits my price, and that allows me to talk to you guys about Citadel and about other things like that. So look, sometimes Neil, myself, Arun, you know, we don't get the best fills a lot of the time because we're looking at other things, and that's why we use these stop orders. So regardless of what happens now, we are out. So that's the one thing about this show that you're not going to find any other show, okay? We're making live trades, showing you our ins, showing you our outs live as they're happening. Other people will pump stocks, do this, do that. Hey, everybody get long BBIG. You know, like I'm already long, you know, and then we're talking about why we like the long. We talked about that break at 7, whatever. I got that at 750. I was literally holding it against myself, so telling you guys about it. And then when I got out, you guys all saw when I got out, we even hit these animations all the time as well. So hopefully that's a little bit of a discussion there about what we're doing and the honesty that we have on the show. So that's that trade. Good trade there for me on PayPal for sure. We'll take the $3, put that in our pocket. AMC, and again, you know, that we talked about that out. I said, if we can get right into this area and we can take some out, we'll do that. And that's exactly what we did. So we do the same thing again on AMC. We have an offer sitting right there. You actually saw me get filled as the trade was happening. So that's good. I'm pretty happy about that. And now we'll wait to see again if AMC can continue to go to the upside. One stock that I'm happy with, that I'm thinking about lightening up on, although it kind of goes against what I'm thinking, is that, you know, I gamble I don't know if you gamble, Arun, but I gamble a hell of a lot more, Neil doesn't, when football is here. And that was my reasoning here for holding on to DraftKings. I believe college football already starting. NFL, obviously the preseason, that's going to start next Thursday for the Thursday night game. So look, I like DraftKings, but let's be perfectly honest here. You know, we were pretty scared about this trade. Not scared. I mean, I was long at 35, and I'll show you where. Actually, if we pull this back down, there was a 35 consolidation down here. Right into this area right here. So I've been holding DraftKings for quite a while, almost a year now. And then I felt bad because we didn't get enough out at all up here at 70. We took a very, very small piece out. We let it fall all the way back down. Then we did get some out again here at 55. But right now we're back into this consolidation. And this was meant to be, I have some for a swing trade, obviously not for a year. But again, I just wonder, have we topped out a little bit? Has some of this action, we know Penn went ahead and bought the Score Media. And then DraftKings came out with decent earnings, and they started going back to the upside. But this is a name that if growth ever stops becoming popular, then this is going to get hit, right? Because DraftKings right now, a lot of these operations not super profitable. So if you are looking for that, watch out. But DraftKings, especially here in Ontario, we just got licenses here to bet on single games. So DraftKings and whatnot is going to have a presence here in Ontario and in Canada. So hopefully that can spark a little bit of a rally in DraftKings, which I believe it did. So this may be a spot to take some profits. I just want to tell everybody that because DraftKings is a name that we like. And as you can tell, we're getting a little bit excited. So let's say AMC to the moon right now. And there it goes. I mean, this is an 80 cents. I said I wouldn't take any off. My hands are kind of paperish, so we may take a little bit more out right here into this teeth again, man. We make that move all the way up to 70. We don't want to get that wick, so we will put an offer out. If it comes back up, great. And then we will still have enough that'll be a decent win for us here as we go. But BBIG, man, and now AMC, Arun, good closing opportunities here as we're getting ready to look at the Toronto imbalances as well.
Yeah, and going back to what you were saying about education and trading, keep in mind, guys, we're trading live. We're not trading after the fact, or maybe we can look at this level. You know, it's easy to call out something you see on a chart after the chart's already developed. So a lot of what you're seeing, everything what you're seeing on our screens is trades live, right? So if we're wrong, and you're going to know about it. Like today, I was wrong on PayPal off the long. And that's straight up. You saw the kind of failure that was absolutely off the open. But then there's trades that take time and develop, and you can instantly see the good and the bad of, well, not really bad, but the good that comes out of learning from instant moves off the trades and the live trades that we're taking here. So if you don't see something, if you do see something, the charts, what we're looking at, we're taking the trades. We're showing you exactly what we do. And the reason we're not hiding it, and I said this before too, trading is one of those things where it's thinking about the abstract concept of it is not that difficult. So teaching you the abstract concept is not that hard. So you're seeing what we're doing. But at the same time, the money is made in the details, and that's how we make our money. So a lot of the times I'm looking at time and sales, I'm looking at how flow is. You saw what I was doing with the BBIG around that 774 area. I'm like, do I go short? Do I not? I want to see this area. Those things take time, and that's where the money is made. So that's why we can be comfortable sharing what we're doing, because it's not necessarily in the broad picture of things. It is in the details that we make our money. So it's not that big of an issue to share. It's like, oh, why would you share this for free? Because there's more to it than just this, and that's where hopefully we can help you guys learn that over time. And watching Sean trade, watching Neil trade, watching me trade, we trade quite differently. So there's different skills, there's different types of trading, and there's different ways to make money. It's just a matter of figuring out how you're going to go about doing it. As I talk about this, Airbnb, I have flattened out on Airbnb. I'm like, you know what, let's just take 10, 15 cents, walk away from that trade. Imbalances in 10 minutes. So, you know, you do have to be careful with how imbalances are going to play out, because like I said, they do affect the stock and individual names and the index as a whole. So if you can reduce risk whenever you get a chance to, I would also do that as well. So I'm down to ACIU as the only trade, and we're about 15, 16 cents away from getting stopped out. Brendan?
Just saw Zoom pop back up on a volume scanner here, guys. Still, wow, we're right at day lows, essentially, for Zoom here, trying to break this level. It's been sitting at all day long, 290 and change here, trying to let go for Zoom, but volume coming in back to the downside.
Yeah, so we missed out there on AMC. I just want to do this to Arun. Let's go in the double shot if you guys can right now, because you see how we just did the props?
Yes, sir.
Double shot, double shot, double shot. Lucas
is slacking.
Lucas, Bueller. Well said, Arun. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, good talk there about how we trade and why we're here. So thank you for Arun for that one. Good job there. And I hope you guys just understand that, you know, the knowledge that's hopefully coming from the three of us, four of us, with Brendan included, is hopefully valuable enough for you guys to keep coming back, and then hopefully we'll be able to spit the winners to you as well. Okay, Prego, yeah, thank you so much there. I think it was Canadian investor Sam. What's up, Sam? Yeah, thanks for the tweet, and thanks for looking out there. You know, big winners today, AMC, BBIG. I did want to go back over here quickly. Someone mentioned about space calls, or puts, I think it was, for tomorrow. So we hammered, this is Virgin Galactic. Where's my trade from today? Here it is. So we hammered the long there. And the reason why is that I liked what Jeffries was doing there with the upgrade. And again, you know, I'm just as like, what's the word when you think there's like always conspiracies? Like you're very like...
neurotic? I don't know.
Neurotic? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's the right word. But, you know, Look what happens here on the one-day chart here. So if you look at Virgin Galactic, it makes this base right here, you know, and then all of a sudden, I feel like they were, and we talked about this, like this 24 is pretty safe, right? It hits 24 here, it hits here. That's the gap spot where it hits and then goes. And then so all of a sudden today, you know, they come out with the upgrade.
Paranoid. There you go.
Yeah, Yeah, okay.
Yeah, paranoid would be the word.
It's more that there's always, like, the word I'm looking for is like there's always something behind everything that happens. Like, anyways, it doesn't matter. I obviously English language is what I speak, but okay, we'll go here. Anyways, so I just think that right there, they upgraded on purpose, knowing that they had some support from 24, whether or not it was going to be them or not, and now they're getting that 10%, and they probably dumped it, which is probably, you know, what's happening right here. So I would say if you like space, Virgin Galactic, I wouldn't buy puts necessarily for tomorrow, but you know, I don't really like the business model that much. Neil's much more of a fan than I am on this kind of stuff. So for me, I mean, Neil's stuck long 50 something anyways, but you know, we'll come back, or I don't know where he's stuck long. He's talking about it before, but this was a spot that we did like to buy, and I think 24 is a great buy. So I would almost rather have longer term calls up here somewhere, 33, 34, 35, rather than buying puts on this to come back in. But hey, anything can happen. You're one tweet away from this thing going to the moon or back down. So we'll wait to see on that one. We get a little bit lucky here too with this out at 46.60. It does rip all the way back up to the upside there, taking a clean 80 cents. So now we talked about getting out if that did happen. So now we're locked and loaded with only 5 minutes to go. We will wait to see now where we're going on this name, which is going to be AMC.
Sean, before you, I want to take a quick look at some futures before we get going into the imbalances. I imagine you want to show the people the imbalances as they come out.
Yep, sure.
Take a quick look. Hey, futures bouncing off that support zone. We are going back into some resistance around
cynical.
50. Cynical, that's one.
I think cynical.
Superstitious is not superstitious.
Superstitious is like, oh my God, don't touch that black cat.
Superstitious. Skeptical, that's the one I was looking
Skeptical,
at.
another great word. Wow.
Yeah, another, and I come up with neurotic. I don't even know where I come up with. Anyways, futures back up, bouncing off that 45.20 and change back into the 45.22. So keep in mind, we are running some resistance up here. Imbalances will change the game a little bit. So just be aware that if we get up above 25, you may have an acceleration to the upside on the imbalances if they come out to the positive side. If they come out to the negative side, we may run back down through the 15, 16 area. So just be aware that in about 4 minutes and change, there will be an acceleration in volume and also aggression in certain stocks. Specifically, let's put up AMC just because we know that AMC has index action, right? AMC is sitting not too far away from highs. A nice little imbalance could get us to brand new highs, 47.20 and change, if the imbalances come out to the buy side. If they come out to the sell side, you're going to see this market go right through 46 and most likely down towards 45.50. And if that's the case, then we may just kind of fade our way into the close. And let's take a quick look at BBIG just because, well, that's one stock that's been looked at. Hey, look at where we are, 775 and change. We're sitting in front of that potential support zone. Just be aware, it looks like we're timing this fairly well for an imbalance as well. So a negative imbalance might bring the stock right through that zone and into a sell. Profit-taking sell could come in place at 350. Of course, a buy-side imbalance might just help you kind of bounce right off of this support zone into the 830 and change area, putting in new highs. Brendan?
We saw Zoom down big, guys, just breaking to new lows. Another big mover from earlier in the week, Affirm, on the Amazon news 2 days in a row higher. We come back down today, but just broke that last little resistance area on a volume spike for Affirm.
Ooh, Affirm. Yeah, you know what? We can have definitely look at that. And I guess my PayPal out was like flushed down the toilet because we got out at 287.50. Thought we were being pretty disciplined there, but then PayPal rips right back to the day high. And I mean, what a good trade that's been today. I do want to watch, whoa, that's NEO. Sorry, I was like, wow, I have back-to-back 80-cent wins here, AMC and NEO. So that was confusing me here. Again, these New York trades, they will be coming out, and they're going to be coming out right now at 350. So we can have a quick look back on the imbalance locator. ARCA will show you a little bit of what they have here. But again, you know, last updated at 3 right now. So LAIX, maybe on a bid. What is that? That's $1. Oh, no wonder. I mean, look at this big bid. It's right there. It's literally right there. That's ARCA bid. It's like on the level. So there you can see 696. There it is right there, sitting right there. So that's just what we look at here. And we'll wait to see AMC could be, this is from 9:30, so nothing happening. We'll close the imbalance locator for now because it's almost pointless to look at this until we get, you know, the good stuff. So we'll wait for that one to come through. Yeah, conspiracy theorists, that's right. I mean, I like conspiracies because I like to they're just fun to talk about, and that's what I like it for. Okay, IBM up to 140. Let's check out Palantir. I know there's a lot of love for Palantir, obviously, as that's starting to shoot back up. There could be big imbalances for these ones. We still have, I don't mind taking this. I mean, this is what we're going to be a good trade for us. This is 26.30. So if Palantir could take that out, I mean, that's been a beautiful stock. It's almost like it knew we were coming back. The last couple of days been a nice little bump up for Palantir. We crushed it yesterday on this move all the way back to, that's today, on this move today. You can see, look what's happened. This is why, Arun, if the one thing, I mean, I've learned a lot from you, but you know, the one thing that I do take is that, look at this. Like, this is 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. So you get big movement up here, and normally I would sort of scalp out, but we've topped out, and it's given us multiple times to be able to get out at the top. Like, you know, it tops out here, comes back in, then readdresses again. So, you know, a lot of these stocks, if they're going to be strong early, then you do have the potential to hold these throughout the day. You know, like a Facebook, like a Microsoft, like things like that. You do have opportunities to hold some of these names into it, and that's why someone here, Palantir, baby. Yeah, what's up? Emily one, I know you guys have been on there. Thoughts on Tesla? Are you sure you're not American? Nope, definitely not American, but do love America. I did have Buffalo Bills season tickets for a while there, and of course, my team now, Green Bay Packers. Okay, there it is. So let's see right now. The imbalances are now coming out. Wow, there it is. Palantir, like, you want to talk about conspiracy theories.
Oh, wow.
I mean, 9 million shares. Gee, I wonder why Palantir was going straight up. We're going to go long on Palantir right now. Are you okay now?
Yeah. And I was just looking at, some stocks.
imbalances.
Yeah, I was looking at the amounts to see if they're coming out, see how they were coming out slightly to the negative sell side. You see the market fall off a little bit, but not a whole lot. You saw the imbalance on Palantir, right? Palantir to the buy side of 8.9 million shares, 9 million shares to the buy side. Let me pull up my own actually, because I was just looking over at Sean's. Here we go. What do we have here? I
mean, Microsoft is on there as well.
Yeah, of course.
With a sell.
Here we go. Palantir, 8.6 million shares to the buy side. They've already paired almost 25 million shares.
I don't have pair volume up.
Yeah, they've almost paired. So the imbalance was almost, 33 million shares on PLTR, and they've already paired 25. RLX, what is RLX? RLX is paired 20 already of their, and they've got 5 left. RLX Technology is an ADS.
Yep.
Okay, so maybe stay
it's just a $5 stock. I mean, there may be some reweighting there. I mean,
AMC, 4.3 million. That's the big one. Paired 9.7, and they've still got 4.7 million. And remember, we were going to look at AMC, depending on how this imbalance came out. AMC was going to take a look. Why does it not care? Okay, this is going to be interesting. It doesn't even care about the imbalance. It was a slight little pop off the open, but off the imbalance coming out, maybe like 10, 15 cents. But that's fairly thin for AMC, and an imbalance of this size. And Apple, of course, we expected Apple to have some size, right? Apple was one of the big names in the index. So, of course, on an index day, you're going to have some names coming out like that. SUZ is, what is SUZ? SUZ, another ADS. So a lot of ADS is doing a lot of work right now. Douyu is also an ADS. Yeah, so there's a lot of ADSs. Big name here, Snow. I was looking at Snow earlier. Keep in mind, Snow is a $300 stock, and it's got a 1.7 million share imbalance, and they've already covered 3.8 million shares has already been matched. So you see the move an imbalance can do. There you go, 300 at 0.6 to 303 now off the imbalance, and this is the kind of move that I was trying to show you guys on AMC. But you know what? We're going to get this in Snow, because keep in mind, $300. And you got an imbalance of 1.7 million shares, yeah, that's going to move the stock, because you know what, 5.3 million on the day, and you're going to take out almost less than half of that, 40% of that roughly in an imbalance. Just be aware that this is going to be an aggressive move, especially in Snow, into the end of the day.
Yeah, so obviously we took a decent amount of shares here, so we'll see if we can get out a little bit on Palantir. And remember, as we go, I mean, and we just crush it again with the imbalances, but see, it's starting to get paired off again. Remember, it was 9 something. So as this gets lower and lower and lower, the stock price will, of course, be reflected by, see, now it's 7.9. So we're already starting to pair some off here. So as it gets closer and closer to being paired off, then the stock will plummet. So, like, you got to be very, very careful. I am invested in it now. We're long at 20. You can see that hopefully on the board there. Yeah, Palantir 26.20. So we did buy this on the move. So we'll wait to see. But what we do hit now is AMC to the long side. You know what? Maybe I can just put this imbalance locator up so you guys can almost see it like all the time. Where can I put this? Let me just shrink this a little bit. I don't want to be able to see you guys. Let's just put it right here. Let's just block the NASDAQ for now. Okay, so now you guys should hopefully be able to see a little bit of those as they stay up there. We'll just keep it sorted by volume, by the highest one. So as you can see though, right now AMC starting to go up a little bit now. So it's right in that area. We talked about this. And look, we'll spit out the money because this is the kind of day that it's been. And thank you so much again for watching. And I talked about buying this and watching AMC go right back to the high of the day.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do other than, you know, maybe we'll hit the jackpot. Where's that one? I haven't hit this in a while. It's one of the better ones. I actually really like this one. This one, where we're at a carnival or something, and you know, when you hit that, and then it goes, yeah. So there you go. A couple thumbs up there. I don't know if I like that part. But here we go. Okay, so we did get out of some Palantir, and then AMC starting to maybe fade off. I'm going to just hold the rest of this, Arun, because I think it's worth it. We only have 5 minutes left. Maybe we'll put it in the auction, and we'll see where we get printed. Probably the same thing with Palantir. Here we go. Let's go, Palantir. Looks like it wants to take out 2630. We'll see where this thing prints, but Palantir looking like a decent trade here.
Yeah, as I'm talking, remember, we still have one position to cover, ACIU. I covered it. At this point, I'm running out of time. I just got it out at 10 even. See if I can just walk away. Hey, you know what? For a $9 stock or a $10 stock at the time, a nice little $1.80, $1.90. I think that's a pretty decent move. I'll take it. I'll take that and walk away from that. And what do we get on the update from the floor? It looks like RLX is going to stay. PLTR still. PLTR at 4.6 million to the buy side.
The downside here.
AMC got paired. Well, half of it's gone, so 2 million shares left. Exxon's in play now, and that's about it, really. And Snow still got to 921,000. So they've covered a decent chunk of it, but there's still a decent amount left. For a $300 stock, they're now almost 1 million shares on the buy side on Snow. Let's take a quick look at Snow.
Bang.
And see if we can't. It's still going. It dipped a little bit when it got paired, and then right back towards the highs. Keep in mind, now there's going to be some pressure from the programs going into the close. As long as this imbalance can stay on the buy side, you see it falling off here, 767 now. So as it goes higher, more orders are coming in to offset the imbalance, which means the imbalance is going to get smaller. Just be aware that if it ends up being oversubscribed, meaning the imbalance goes from positive to negative, this thing is going to fall off. Whatever gain it has, it's going to lose it all. If this imbalance goes negative, because this entire move is based on the imbalance, if it goes negative, just be aware that this thing will fall off.
And we'll do one last bang for all y'all because there it is. We're going to celebrate. Bang! Because Neo, man, what a great out that was, man. It just went flying there, Arun. Where's my mouse? On the close, all the way back to the upside. So I've already have Palantir on board and AMC. So we'll take out Neo. We didn't even talk about it. I didn't really see it on here at all. So yeah, I mean, I was only looking for M's, right? And so there's nothing there. Just a quick update for you, Sam, and some of the other Canadian investors. To me, this is nothing. I would stay away of all of these. Again, I'm really, really interested if I see M's, not K's. So that's the balance for Toronto. Royal Bank, Suncor. What time is it? We only have 3 minutes. Enbridge. So there's a lot of big names on here. But like when you have Bank of Nova Scotia as a buy and Royal Bank as a sell, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, pick your poison there. I don't really, if all the banks were one way, I may think of that.
Now ACIU goes towards 8 even. I guess
okay, so now look, just quickly, guys. Palantir, and only because, I didn't mean to interrupt there, Arun, just because Palantir is basically gone now. So again, there was at one point 36 million shares to buy. That's probably half me, half ARC, you know, whatever. Actually, we shouldn't talk about our own positions too much. That's just a joke. I have like 5 shares of Palantir. But there we go, 1.2 million now and starting to pair off. So when I click, oops, there it is. So when I see Palantir now, you're not really seeing it run too much, but my orders are now in the mock. So what that means is I've thrown my orders to the market for the NYSE. So I am now part of the sell side of this because my buys are already in. Now I'm saying, give me the final print. So wherever this prints, I'm going to be involved with it on Palantir. It doesn't look like it's that spicy. There's not going to be that much left over. But AMC, again, on that rip to the upside, look what happened when that got paired off. You talked about that, Arun.
Yeah.
That came all the way back down as well. So we'll keep this like this. Right now, it looks like RLX is going to be the biggest one left, and it is a buy. high, so it should still be going up a little bit. But again, on this name, it doesn't really move, so not expecting too much. SUZ XOM maybe on a sell.
Yeah.
These puts have been cash money for XOM, so hopefully that could continue to go downside there. And you can see it is feeling a little bit of that sell side pressure.
Yeah, I'm looking for Snow here. It seems like Snow has moved off the top list here. It's no longer in the high 100,000 range. It is nowhere near, not even half a million shares. It's down here at 327,000 shares on Snow. So the imbalance is getting smaller. Like I said, the higher this goes, the smaller the imbalance is going to get, right? That's expected because people are, like Sean, are offsetting the buy side imbalance with sell orders, with on-close sell orders. So they're offsetting it, trying to catch the spread between the closing price, the unofficial closing price, where the market will finally close, and the official closing price coming from the exchange from New York when they've settled their books.
I just bought more Palantir there because the buy side got bigger, so it's now 1.92 million shares. So you can see me getting more there, and now we're breaking the high. So for me, this is sort of set up pretty sweetly here for Palantir. I'm getting, like, sometimes you get those little, where is it? You get those feels, and like right now I have that. So let's wait to see where it goes. Hopefully it doesn't pair off, and we could. There it goes. I think it's gone. I just said, yeah, thanks for those feels. Now it's almost paired off. So we'll wait to see where it goes. Doesn't mean it shouldn't print well. We are into Palantir, more shares than we had in the first place as it's starting to come back down. But here we go, Palantir. Only 10 seconds to go. There's the countdown. We'll hit that. There go Ms. V. She should be back there. She's 10, 9, 8, 7. Let's get the countdown, and we'll watch to see where Palantir prints. Hopefully it's a good one for me, as well as AMC. We will advise where these all go off. All right, and I don't think Palantir printed yet, did it? Let's just have a quick look at that. I don't have the time on here. There it goes. Where did that print just come off? We'll have to find it, but there goes Palantir and AMC both out. You can see there's Palantir right there, 34. So, hey, it's not a huge one, but it's enough to do some backflips. And then, wow, nice print for AMC, actually, guys. AMC with a nice print up to day's high. So, hey, we just did this all afternoon.
There you go. That's all it is. Money, money, money.
Let's throw it over to Brendan. How do we wind up, my friend?
All right, guys, we are still looking at some records as far as monthly gains for the overall S&P, but it was a flat day. Let's be honest. 0.08 here to the downside for the S&P, 0.04 to the downside for the Dow, the NASDAQ about the same, but 7 months in a row to the upside here for the S&P, guys, which is pretty impressive. Last time was 2017, where we did 10 months in a row to the upside for the S&P. So, it's like 20% on the year now.
Yeah. Anybody that had the demise of the S&P or the market just had it wrong. That doesn't mean that's not going to happen, but hey, there's a lot of tailwinds from what I can see, let alone when this reopen actually happens. But a lot of that is being lifted by the big caps. We talked about Google, Microsoft, and all that. Thank you to Ms. V for wearing green today. I did want to give a big shout out as well. And that was the imbalance. I don't think. No. I thought it was pretty. Yeah. We did well. We hit that Palantir at the end.
Only thing is, this might be different for a lot of people who haven't traded imbalances or seen imbalance action. This is kind of like, this is on the lighter end. Wait until September when we get the real one coming out of multiple, because it's quad witching. So you're going to have a lot of different imbalances come out at the same time across multiple markets, right? So you have the S&P, you have S&P doing an imbalance. I believe NASDAQ does an imbalance, all on the same day. So you're going to have a lot of activity coming in. So September, third Friday of September, keep tuned for that, because there definitely will be some excitement. If you thought this was exciting, September is going to be more exciting.
Yeah, we'll be around for that one. The other thing too is BBIG starting to finally go here in the aftermarket. So we hammered that one for you guys this afternoon as well. So BBIG, AMC, Palantir, very, very successful afternoon. Thank you. I see him by himself over there. Do you want to do the throw, Lucas? He's just chilling out. So thank you so much. By himself, ran the whole afternoon show. So big thanks to that one as well. And obviously a big thank you to Brendan, a big thank you to Valeria, and a big thank you to you too. There's Valeria. What's up, Ms. V? In her spot. As you guys know, something's brewing as Memes and Movers will be back. Did I already announce the official be back date?
You should do it again, though.
I don't know if I did. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to make sure that that's fine. And we'll announce an official back day tomorrow. This is what you call a cliffhanger. You see, Arun? Like I could do it now, but if I do it tomorrow morning, maybe these guys come back. Well, I don't know. Hopefully you come back anyways. Brendan, thank you so much for a great day, and thank you to Arun as well. But hey, let's wrap this up. We're already late. Stay tuned for the Neo trade of the day. I'm analyzing why we took that and some of the key levels. It was a fun day. Thank you so much for WonderFi. Thank you, Brendan. That was an amazing, amazing interview. Brendan's the best. I just fear one day that we lose him. So thank you to everybody at Trader TV Live team, and we will see all of you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Ciao.